42.5 exaflops. The Frontier Supercomputer, the world's first exascale machine, does 1.1. Google is about to run 40 times that out of their cloud. I/O is in 3 weeks. Google I/O 2026 is May 19th. Here is everything confirmed, and why the hardware news matters more than the model. First, the model, because there is one. Gemini 4 is Google's new flagship model, confirmed for I/O. According to Google's pre-announcement materials, the core upgrade is unified multimodal reasoning. Text, code, images, and video all processed in a single architecture pass. No API switching between modalities. 18 days. That is how long until Gemini 4 goes from confirmed to available in the API. May 19th. Mark it. The part that matters for developers, Gemini 4 reportedly handles native multimodality. No separate image pre-processing pipeline feeding into a text model. One architecture for everything. Google calls it advanced reasoning. Developers will call it finally. Now the hardware, and this is the actual lead story. Tom's Guide reported this number from Google's I/O materials last month: 42.5 exaflops. The Frontier Supercomputer, the world's first exascale machine, achieved 1.1. Google's Ironwood TPU infrastructure is about 40 times that. Let that sit for a second. The developer-relevant comparison. H100 clusters on major cloud platforms run around $8 per GPU hour, with long provisioning queues and hard availability limits. Ironwood pricing has not been announced, but Google is putting this infrastructure directly into Google Cloud, meaning developer access, not just internal use. Here is a way to think about this. The H100 is a sports car. Impressive, expensive, hard to get. Ironwood is a freight network. You do not need the fastest car. You need more roads. Section 3. The one that surprised me most. Boston Dynamics and Google DeepMind announced their partnership at CES in January. The demo was impressive, as these things always are. The I/O announcement is different. Atlas is not doing demos anymore. It is going to work. The specs from the Boston Dynamics announcement: 56 degrees of freedom, about twice what most industrial arms have. 110-pound lift capacity. Tactile hands with force sensing so it can handle actual parts without breaking them, and Gemini Robotics for real-time decision-making in unstructured environments. That last part is the whole thing. Here is why the Gemini Robotics layer changes this. Sensor data feeds into Gemini's vision model, which builds a task plan in real time, passes it to the motor controller, and Atlas moves. The loop runs continuously. That is what a foundation model adds to robotics. Context, not just control. And everything else shipping across Android and hardware. Practical, developer-focused. Gemini Nano 4 runs on-device, no cloud call. According to Engadget's I/O preview, it is 3 times faster than Nano 3. Practical consequence? AI features that work offline, with no latency and no data leaving your phone. Per Google's pre-announcement materials, Nano 4's throughput benchmarks at around 300% of Nano 3's baseline. That is not a minor revision. That is a new tier of on-device capability. Here is the thing nobody is mentioning in the hype cycle. 3 times faster also means more compute on the same battery. That is the trade-off. Early Android developer previews are already flagging thermal and drain issues as open questions. Google has not addressed this publicly yet. 4 confirmed announcements. Ironwood TPUs push 42 exaflops into Google Cloud. Gemini 4 replaces the current flagship. Atlas goes to work in a Hyundai factory. Nano 4 brings 3 times faster AI to your pocket, offline. All of it lands May 19th. Confirmed I/O schedule is in the description. I am covering every major announcement as it drops on May 19th. Gemini 4 benchmarks, Ironwood pricing, and whatever Atlas actually does when it is working a real shift. Subscribe and those land in your feed the day they happen.